Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. We're just running about a minute late, early, but I wanted to say a very, very happy new year to everybody on frequency. And also for yesterday, ZS6K, G8KOE, it was his birthday, Martin. Happy birthday to you. Hope you had a great day. And things seem to be working. So I do want to just do the following, seeing that it's New Year. And then, New Year was 4 days ago. It's almost the end of the year again. But this is the first time we could come up. So let me do the following. Now, I don't know why that didn't play. No, I don't know. That's funny. I tested it a couple of times this morning.
No, I lost this call. But he changed some F5 OEO software so it runs on the Libre SDR, also with lower speed, 125 kilosymbols and 66 kilosymbols. And it works very fine. So that was busy with it. Yeah, you can compare it to the Pluto. It's nearly the same size. Also, you can see it's nearly the same. So but instead of plastic, this one is of course aluminum, and much better and more solid, and also a direct Ethernet connection in it. So that's always better than the Pluto. But anyway, this is just for the backup. I normally always use the Pluto, but this one is just for a backup. It seems to be that the Pluto is obsolete or something. You cannot buy it anymore. I've not seen where you can buy it. So, and also analog devices, it's not available. So I presume it's obsolete, the Pluto. So we have to find something new, especially for our contest on 2m70 and the gigahertz bands. You need also 125 kilosymbols and 66 kilosymbols. And that's all, not too much on this side. Oh yeah, this morning we had a surprise, a lot of snow. Yesterday already we had some snow, but last night we had a lot of snow. There's approximately now a layer of 20 centimeters outside. It's nice, it's cold, and it feels soft in the snow. So if someone is interested, you can get it over here for free. Probably there in South America and South Africa, there's probably more than 30 degrees centigrade, so that's a huge difference between us and you guys over there. Okay, I pass it on to Benno, my southwest neighbor. Benno, Papa Alpha 3, Bravo Foxtrot X-ray, de group van Papa Alpha 3, Alpha Oscar Delta.
I didn't adjust the camera correctly. Sorry for that. Let's see. Much too much for also as well on this side. And let's turn it a little bit down. In order to test another microphone, I'm testing in a different one, which is just next to me, and it gives me a lot of noise. But I hope it's better for less noise reduction. Yeah, well, Happy New Year to everyone. I wish everyone a healthy New Year, and hope the laws of physics and the laws of Newton are with us, and we get our signal up into the air. It's still overmodulated, yeah, a little bit let down. Yeah, it's I'm not sure why this happens on this microphone. I turned it quite bad audio. Okay, no problem. I can always go back to another different modulation. Let's try that quickly. That would be this one. I think this is much better because I know what it did in the past. I can do it up it a little bit, and I think this is better for at least Leon. Yeah, what I was playing on is well, I have done quite a bit over the last few weeks. I wasn't capable to be on the air, but I had some free time in the middle of that. First of all, I have played with Node-RED and used Node-RED to control my write receivers, and that is fun because you know the write receiver, you can use a remote control for the write receiver, and Tom showed us that you can use a app on your mobile phone to control the write receiver via the network, and that is exactly what I am used to use Node-RED, and we know DATV Red. DATV Red is obviously based on Node-RED, and to add some buttons there, you can control your write receiver via the network, whatever joints you want. So I think you want a little bit more gain. No problem, Gary. Even a little bit more gain. Yeah. So I played with that, made quite a bit of changes, and found the right commands to be able to control my write receivers, and that is something I don't really need at home. I use it at home, but I don't really need it at home. What I need it for is for the local repeater, where I have 3 write receivers connected, and now I'm capable in modifying each receiver to whatever I want. If I want 66 kilosamples, or if I want 1 megabyte samples, I can control it from remote via a browser, and that is quite easy. That will be a function shortly in the repeater, so people on distance can try on 70 centimeters or 23 centimeters with 66 kilosamples and still be able to use the local repeater and look on the Twitch back if the receiver is receiving you. So that is the general idea, next to some other options. Another thing I was playing with, and that is something very similar bird shows, and that is this beast, which is smaller than the Pluto. It is the fishbowl. It is sold like this, so it is a PCB with a network connector and 2 USB-C connectors, and it has all the same hardware which is in the Libra SDR. And actually I was also talking to Manfred because I want to copy his idea onto this PCB. At the moment it's running, and it's used at the moment to transmit this transmission, so it's working, but I'm using DATV Easy with it and using the normal Pluto settings, so I can use it as well, and it works pretty good over the network. With these decent settings I can run from 66 up to 1000 without any problems. I haven't tested higher, and I can run up to from 50 megahertz up to 6 gig as well, so that works also. So, but this is a board which you can find on AliExpress for about 100 euros, and would be one of the options if you are willing to build a nice case around it, because it still needs a nice case. There's no mounting holes on the PCB, so you have to get a decent build there. And I have played around already with some 3D printing stuff to build some case, but obviously you like something metal, and I'm not capable in printing 3D. Yeah, now that's about that. I'm also flexible. What about the time? I wish it would stay the same over the year. I don't think it's good to move around, and and also I wish all the people who voted for a certain time slot, they would attend to the net as well, because today we have a great net, and that is something we need. Back to Lyon, ZS1 MM from Papa Alpha 3 Foxtrot Bravo X-Ray, and do I have a test card as well? Lyon microphone.
Okay, PR3 FBX and the group ZS1 mic returning. I think my power is maybe a bit high now. Oh, well, Gary was also D5, so I'll be D5 because Patrick couldn't receive me properly, so I upped the power a little bit for him. Okay, Gary. Yeah, I saw the voting thing. To me, it makes no difference. If I'm here, it can be any time of the day, any time in a 24-hour slot. But I'm pretty sure that within the next week or so, the worker's going to phone and say, would you please come to the workplace? We need you. Now, yeah, then I'm off air again for I don't know how long. It all depends. And but yes, that Libre SDR looks beautiful. It looks very expensive. I wonder how the price compares to a Pluto. And now Benno comes with another one, that fishbowl thing. Well, your transmission is perfect, Benno. So yeah, that's also that price sounds very good compared to a Pluto's price. Good heavens! But making a box is nothing. Okay, your microphone. You're turning it down in the wrong place. That microphone sounds very good because you don't have any room acoustics, because it's right here where mine is. You had it somewhere there. It's a decent microphone. It's got lots of output. So I don't know whether you go through a mixer like I do, or do you go straight into the PC. If you're going straight into the PC, you must go to your sound card settings, and there you can set the gain. It's got like plus 10 dBs and plus 20 dB gain blocks that you can switch in and out. Just switch that out. Just reduce the front end gain of your audio card in the PC because the microphone is overdriving that. It's no good pulling it back in OBS. It's already clipping by the time it gets to OBS. So you've got to do it as early as possible where it goes into the PC. But that's all. You're just overdriving it right in the front end. It sounds good because it's close. You don't have the room reverberation. So that's it. Okay, what have I been doing? I finished the flight termination system for the ASRI people, the rocket people. Now you won't believe it, this little thing that I make, the cheapest commercial one available, the cheapest one that because they are looking at commercial ones as well, but they can't afford it, is 13,000 euros for a little thing like this. It's a receiver with special demodulation and decoding, and this is to terminate the rocket. If something goes wrong, it veers off to a city or something, they have to destruct it. And this is the receiver that receives that command, and it can then switch 75 amps. Not that you need that much to fire the squib to blow up the rocket. So I built these for them. I've never charged them yet. They always say, oh, please invoice us. Okay, I'm going to invoice them. But now I know what the cheapest one available is 13,000 euros for this. Okay, this one, I've tested it now. It works perfectly. What else have I been doing today? I made the two antennas for the theremin. This is the vertical one. This is the pitch antenna with screw thread at the bottom. I've got a nut there that gets brazed onto a little metal plate which gets screwed down inside the box in the wooden base. That's a pitch antenna, 18 inches long, specifically 18 inches, not millimeters. Theremins are not metric. And this is the volume antenna. It's in a U, and it's 9 inches long and it's 3 1/8 inch wide. This thing, with its thing is to this stays horizontal, and the pitch one is vertical. So I did that this morning. So now the guy for whom I'm building this one, he must now do the carpentry and make the little wooden box to house it. For the rest, the thing is working now. Okay, that's about it from me. I have an appointment at 5 o'clock. If the guy is maybe a little bit late, it's good. Otherwise, I won't be able to make a second round. So yeah, there we are. Ed, I give it over to you. Papa Yellow 2, Romeo November, for the group from ZS1, Mike in Worcester.
Yeah, sorry for the long introduction, but I realized that I was a little bit out of frequency. So I tried to correct my transmission frequency on the fly. It seems a little bit out. It went too much. So I will not correct again, because if I change the frequency, people using OpenTuner will gonna lose me. Gonna need to retune me, because OpenTuner is very sensitive with the frequency change, but I'm still out. Anyways, hello guys, thank you very much. Happy New Year, everybody. Nice to see you all. Gary, thanks for the nice, beautiful introduction with quote explosive ladies. But the color was great. I could not hear it, but yeah, the image was good. Bert, nice to see your Libre. Yeah, it has a very nice box. Wondering if you try to measure the output power and how stable is it? I mean, have you tried it with a narrowband? Is it okay for the narrowband? Not sure if the TCXO on that is it's acceptable one, like 0.5 or something for this library SDR, and also the power output. Not sure about that, but great box. Also like your introduction with the mouse. Benno, also hello to you. With the new version, the naked board. Yeah, the same questions I did to Bert, you know, would make to you as well, just to see if have you tested those on the narrowband. I do use Bluetooth, lots of Bluetooth for the narrow signals, for SSB signals, not only for the DATV. Hey Leon, nice equipment there, good transmission. At the beginning, I was hearing you talking to the French station. It seems that you also have some problems with your audio connection because your right channel was failing. But this last transmission from you was okay, not a problem. No failures at all. And I have no idea what those tubes are for. Those are antennas, or they are some musical instrument, or what? And that little box that costs $13,000. What is that? Is that an SDR or something like that? Sorry, I miss it. I really don't know exactly what is those fits for. But that's great. So after me, Peter. Hi, Peter. John, William. My neighbor, and Paul. All right, guys, nothing much to report. Just, you know, we are just on the 4th day of the year. Like Gary said, we already heading to the end of the year again. That's funny when you mention that, Gary. And okay, about the timing. Yeah, I just you know, since the last time we changed the time to start the worldwide DATV net was mostly because of people, I think, in the UK, but I realized not too many UK people is joining anymore. So I just realized that to make another pool just to check what time would be mostly acceptable for the people. Usually people that join the net. I mean, because just to watch the net, you can watch at any time, because Gary streams that to YouTube, and YouTube keeps the record, so you can watch at any time you want. So the time I'm referring here with this pool is the time for the people that usually join the net. Okay, not to watch the net, but to join the net. That's the main reason I put that. Not that I see that the 15 UTC, the 1500 UTC is winning by far. But anyways, not necessarily we're gonna change the time. So that's gonna be maybe a decision between mainly Gary and these guys, because yeah, 1500 UTC for me, it's not. I confess it's not a good one, because it's exactly midday for me. But anyways, if it's decided 1500 is the best for most of the people, we move to 15 UTC, not a problem. Yeah, otherwise, I made some tests on FreeDV. It's a digital voice experiment I'm using on. There is a specific frequency on the narrowband transponder. I think 640. Yeah, 640 is the assigned frequency for FreeDV digital voice. I'm testing the software. It's okay. I get very impressed, because actually it uses less bandwidth than a normal SSB channel. It uses less than 2 kilohertz to transmit reasonable audio. I wouldn't say a good audio. It's reasonable. Yeah. Sometimes a little robotic, but it's okay. And it takes about, I think, 1.8 kilohertz to transmit that audio digitally. So it's been interesting experiment on the FreeDV on the digital voice. All right, guys, long net. So back, I think it's gonna be to Peter, Golf Whiskey 7 Bravo Zulu Yankee. So I pass to you, Peter. Hopefully you're ready to go up. This is Papa Yankee 2 Radio November, over.
Okay, GW7BZY, turn the sound down. Hopefully I've got sound. Yeah, I've got sound. That's a reasonable amount of sound anyway. Hopefully about too quiet. I'm looking at the messaging to see if anybody's got any complaints. No, nothing so far. Good stuff. This is GW7BZY in very snowy Wales. Went out this lunchtime and it was a bit slippery down. I know a lot of countries have snow. We always have a little bit of a dusting of snow, and the world stops here for maybe a half inch of snow. But I went down and car was slipping about a little bit. But once I got onto the main roads, it was fine, and managed to get to the shops and get the most needed supplies, some milk and some sausages and what have you. So it's all good. So we won't die anytime soon. What have I been doing? Well, what have I been doing? What am I usually doing? I'm playing my encoder. I'm not going to bore everybody else with it, but I see Gary's using DATV Red, so it might be of interest to him. Might be. I found there is a perennial problem with encoding generally, is that when you get to an end of a group of pictures, the GOP comes to an end, you get a really nasty pulse. Quite likely, if you have quite a large group of pictures, which I tend to run, you have even a larger pulse. But there's nearly always a nasty pulse at the end of a group of pictures. But that is not necessarily so, because if you look at, and I get my audio going, that's my current settings in DATV Red on the NVIDIA advanced settings. Pardon me. The most of it is pretty normal stuff. I mean, look ahead, RC look ahead is 50, and you need a post 30 series NVIDIA card onwards. So it's no good if you've got an older card. And certainly a 70 I'd go for. I wouldn't try for less than a 70. And that will still work. But it's the inter refresh. It's a Boolean, so it's one is on and 0 is off, and that has a refresh which happens progressive refresh. It comes down from the top of the screen down towards the bottom, I think. It still leaves a little bit of a travelling line, but it's not a sudden pulse. That's its purpose. So that's a good setting to engage on. I have sort of checked that it works with DATV Red, because some of the NVIDIA settings and FFmpeg settings don't work with DATV Red, and vice versa. Some of the settings are exclusive, like level 1, 2, 3. I think is probably 4.1, level 4.1 in the encoding. You can have different levels up to 5.5 I think, but not much purpose in constrained encoding. Constrained encoding helps to smooth it out over UDP, and that's really good for transmission, as does the max slices at 1400. And of course then you see the inter refresh, which helps iron out, significantly helps iron out the pulse at the end of a group of pictures. I'm running about 200 frames of groups. In a group, I have some B frames. I don't know if I've got B frames there. I'm not sure. I think I might have tuned out B frames, certainly P frames. But this is the latest incarnation, and it's pretty good, I've got to say. Overall, I think it's done away with the pulse, because sometimes there's quite a horrific pulse at the end of a group of pictures. If you don't know what I'm talking about, and you never notice a pulse at the end of the pictures, very good. But there we are. All is good. And here I am, 25 frames a second. There was a pulse there just now. It does sort of sweep across, but rather than all at once. I'm not wholly convinced that it's cured, but I think it has alleviated it a little bit. With that, oh, everybody else, yeah, great stuff. Nice bit of kit there, the fishbowl. Particularly like the look of that, and I might be interested if they're progressing that, whether I can run it off DATV Red, which would be great. I'm not going back to DATV Red. I'd say picture-wise, if that's important to you, it's the best, and it allows you to adjust things. I'm sure with DATV not so easy. You could probably do these things in the FFmpeg part of it, but I wouldn't know how. Great stuff there. The pheromone, yeah, great machine there, Leon. I'm familiar with the machine. Not I've ever used one, but at least by sight I know a pheromone, and obviously you've constructed those parts very, very well. Excellent. Of course, today I don't know what time it starts. Probably starts very soon. But Fulham are playing Liverpool. Fulham being my home team, not in the fairly home teams in the southwest of London. I was born down that way, and it's my pretty much adopted local team. Playing Liverpool, so it's a big game. So I'm not sure when that starts. It'll tell me on my phone. So I might go and watch it. Otherwise, I'll just watch the scores. I'm going to hand it round now to Bill. I don't know Bill. I know Paul. Hello, Paul. Good to see you there, Gary, as well. Good picture from you. Excellent. I would adjust the frame. If I'd say anything, I'd adjust your. I think you're only 50th of a second when 1/25th of a second. What's that? 180 degrees. If you're using that to speak, but for me it would be 25th of a frame second. That way you would have a little less chopping between movement. Because I think 50th of a frame, 100th of a second is going to make a very stuttered image. But there we are. Nothing else to say. Leon, excellent stuff. I like your receiver, and I did mention the pheromone, which is excellent. And if I've forgotten anything, I apologise. From GW7BZ1 in a very snowy North Wales with a test card. Get me Steph's card cured.
Right, let's hope that gets through. Right, firstly, apologies for the weak signal. Hopefully everybody's been able to see me, and I will sort it out one day. I've just got to move the dish slightly. It's being blocked by a roof, so I need to bump the thing up a bit and sort that out. But it's too blooming cold out there. We got no snow this morning, but it's pretty cold, so I'm not doing that. Anyway, I shall answer all the various things I've got wrote down first, and I shall explain why I've appeared out of the closet, whatever. Yep, no snow, but I think we're due some snow later on this evening. Leon, the pheromone, it's just really weird that you spoke about it, because me and the wife were speaking about it just yesterday. There's been a lot of horror film type things around, and it was quite interesting to see that almost all the old black and white ones always used a pheromone to do the music, and she never knew what it was, and we were talking about it, and we've been watching videos about it, etc. So yeah, just quite convenient that he spoke about that. With regards to times, the main reason I'm never around that much on the weekend net is my wife works most Sundays, and when she's not, I get lumbered into being taxi driver, and she normally gets picked up anywhere between 2 and 3 o'clock, and I've got to pick her up at 3 o'clock, so literally I will make this my only round, because I should be leaving in 10 minutes time to go and pick her up. So that's why I'm never really around the weekend. So a bit later would suit, or a bit earlier would suit, but certainly fully understand it's got to be a majority of orders, etc. Right, so it's very interesting also that 2 other STRs have been shown today, because I'm about to tell you about a third one. I'm using a monk jack at the moment, which is a project that the BATC are endeavouring to look at to see whether or not it would be a viable, cheap alternative to the various things that are available at the moment. It's TX only. It only really does 70 sems and 13 sems, but you can use a mixer with it or transverters with it to get whatever you like. It will only do 125 to 1000 kilosymbols, and S2 or QPSK or 8 PSK at the moment are the only modes it does. It's tiny. I can show you a picture of it. Where are we? Let's see if this will go across screen. Let's just try and zoom in a bit. So there's, oh, there it is there. It's got 2 outputs, a high and a low. The low is the 70 sems and the high is 13 sems. There is space on the back of it down here for a mixer to go on, a harmonic mixer, so you can basically use one as the LO and then you end up with an output, etc. So that's something that they're playing with at the moment. I should say a lot of this is the brainwork of Brian G4 EWJ, who I think has pretty much done all the software and hardware on this. He's also the guy that did the Winter Hill, so quite an experienced chap. Let's get back to me. I would show you mine, but I've already boxed the thing up. It's just literally gashed up to the system here. So I think the only ones that potentially, apart from my signal level, the only ones that potentially could have issues are people running SDR TV. It's something to do with the way that the 333 is generated with the monk jack. I don't think the SDR television quite likes it. But other than that, hopefully everybody's manages to see us. I can see that the stream's seeing me, although I'm dropping out with myself, which is a bit of a pain, but there we go. Okay, so it's been a pleasure. Good to see you all, and I wish I could get on more often, but as I say, usually it's this Sundays are only day of the week that tends to issue me problems because of picking up the wife. I say when it's not her weekend to work, I'm usually lumbered into taxiing her around all over the damn place. Yeah, and for Benno, yeah, wish you and the missus, and of course I've forgotten the dog's name. I've forgotten. Anyway, but yeah, hope Freddie is well. So with that, I shall pass it round to Bill, I think it was. Let me just check. Yeah, Bill, PY2GN. A very good morning or good afternoon, whatever it is. And as I say, I won't come back for a second, but I'll be watching until I've got to leave. So 73's G7 JTT. Let's get a test card.
Okay. I wish you all a very nice New Year. Hope we can have many other contacts during 26. Okay. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Bert, Gary, Benno, Ed, John, Paul. So we have a lot of important people here, and it's my pleasure to be here with you. So I'm located about 200 kilometers from Sao Paulo in a farm. I deal with technology here, and also I'm harvesting atemoia, okay? It's a kind of custard apple. So I will not be here for the second round. So I would like to thank you, Gary, for the overture of flowers with the ladies. If you can put a link for that and in our WhatsApp contacts list, I will be very glad, okay? And Bert told us and showed us a kind of new Libre SDR, a cheap one. Nah? I will look about that in the AliExpress because it's working very nice, okay? So, Benno, so you told us about the new SDR, nah? The cheap one. Okay. Leon, you gave us some tips about microphone configuration. Thank you. And you are building an antenna. We use millimeters here, but we can also deal with inches, okay? Eduardo, my neighbor here. Thank you, Eduardo. The nice opening of this group is you made that very nicely, okay? And Peter, you gave us also some NVIDIA parameters. I took a photo to understand a little bit better about that, okay? So that's it. I heard and saw also F6 Echo X-ray. Patrick. Bonjour, Patrick, if you écoute together. It was a pleasure to see a station of Dijon, okay? So, people, thank you so much to participate in this meeting. I will give the microphone to Paul, Papa Echo 1, Alpha Victor Papa, and I will follow the meeting using the Gary's streaming on the YouTube, okay? Go ahead, Paul. Thank you very much. See you, all of you, next weekend, okay? Bye-bye.
Test audio. That seems to work. That's really great. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. It's really nice to see you all here in the net. The same is applicable to the people watching YouTube. First of all, Happy New Year, of course. Stay healthy, please. And make a lot of radio fun. That would be nice, so that we can join that. And happy birthday to Martin. Martin, if you're watching last week, you did present yourself really shortly, but that was it, basically. Again, happy birthday. And Gary, thanks for hosting. Looking outside at the weather, the temperature at the moment is about 2 degrees centigrade. We have a mixture of snow, rain, and also sunny episodes. So it's rather strange weather. Bert reported that he had a lot of snow. Actually, at a temperature of plus 2 degrees, the snow doesn't stay here at the North Sea coast. Yeah, looking at your transmissions, Gary, I also liked your wonderful introduction with beautiful ladies. Yeah, interesting. Bert also had a wonderful intro. The audio, Bert, was a bit loud. A bit too much microphone gain, I think. But furthermore, excellent transmission. Yeah, you talked about the Zinc SDR. Well, I bought one about a year ago. It's exactly the same as the one that you are having. So is it possible to see the characters on the set? Yeah. Okay, that's the Zinc SDR, and yeah, I'm using it for all kinds of experiments. And Ed raised a question about the output power. Well, actually, I'm using the Zinc SDR with hardware revision 5. And this revision has a problem on the printed circuit board. That means that some vias are missing, as a result of which the coaxial line between the analog device's chip and the output connector is not a 50 ohms transmission line. So there was a proposal for really a very small modification to this printed circuit board, and that means make a rigid coaxial line or so directly from the connector to the analog device's chipset. That means the transformer that's behind it, and then it works perfectly. Yeah, that about the Zinc SDR. Yeah, and Bert, you were mentioning the German radio amateur that did integrate the DVB-S2 modulator into the Tezuka firmware, and that was Delta Lima 1 Juliet Mike, I remember. So he did that job, and really nice that it is working so well for you. Benno, yeah, initially you also had some problems regarding audio. It was far too loud, but your second configuration was much better. Okay, I enjoy the fact that you are using the fishbowl SDR and that it is working well, because it's even smaller than the Zinc SDR, and it's also cheaper, I think. At least I saw it in the past for little money. That means with my Dutch reference. Okay, Leon. The flight termination system that you talked about, 13,000 euros. You should start a business, Leon. Yeah. So that would mean the end of your retirement, of course, but it makes sense if I hear that. Ed, you also had a wonderful intro. Thank you for that, as always. I did answer the question about the Zinc SDR and what a theremin is. That is something that Leon should answer. He did that to me also last week, so I know what it is now. And you made experiments with free digital voice. Yeah, I did that in the past, to be honest. But I noticed that only few people are using digital audio, so I stopped that experiment actually. Perhaps it's nice to mention, if you're using the narrowband transponder, we as some Dutch radio amateurs also did an experiment with 5 kilohertz SSB, and that was incredible. Let's say the improvement that you experience, but yeah, since it's not allowed, it was just a single experiment, and we left it to that. Peter, thank you for explaining the encoding pulse at the end of the GOP, the group of at the end of the group of pictures. It's something that I will store in my mind if I would also try DATV Red, but that did not happen yet, to be honest. Okay, and John, good afternoon, John. It's the first time that we are meeting in the net, at least to my remembrance, but I saw you before. I think it was on Thursday evenings in the BATC net. Your signal was a bit weak, indeed, but I had no problem whatsoever to receive you, so basically that was right. And you talked about the Manjack SDR. I had never heard about it. But that's interesting. Okay. I got a visitor that's stealing my phone at the moment. Can happen. Bill, also nice seeing you again. I saw you several times last week with some experiments. Perhaps I should have answered, but I didn't because I'm always soldering or making other stuff here. Basically, no, there was something else to mention. Nothing happened here last week, and that's quite logical, I think. First of all, we had to clean a lot of mess after 2 Christmas dinners. Of course, we had the New Year. So radio-wise, nothing happened. I'm thinking about buying a new power head for my HP power meter. It must be over 10 years ago when I blew my old power head to the meter, and I'm still missing it. So I'm thinking about buying a new one, and also about buying a simple power measurement head with a Schottky diode. Because if you're using a rather expensive power head, you always have to be very careful, I noticed. Basically that's it at the moment. I think I'll be present at the second over. Camera and microphone back to Gary then. In South Africa, I show my test card. Hope that works. Microphone back to Gary from Papa Echo number 1 Alpha Victor Papa.
Okay, very, very nice, Paul. Papa Echo 1 Alpha Victor Papa said is 6YI returning. Right, no, this has been a big net. And I want to thank everyone for coming up. We have 66 viewers so far and 18 concurrent. So that's very nice. And Happy New Year to everybody on frequency. Just want to say quickly a hi to Nigel, Mike 9 November Tango Radio. I think that's your new call sign, Nigel. Well done. And hello to Stuart Clark. Thanks for letting me know there was no audio on YouTube, Stuart. Nice to have you on as usual. And then Frick, ZS6 Foxtrot Zulu. Nice to see you on there, Fricky. I see you quite regular as well. And then, let me see, Frankie. Hi, I don't know if Frankie's got a call sign. 58135HA. Whatever. Happy New Year, Frankie says to everybody. And likewise, of course, reciprocated. And Peter Rudolph, always on frequency. Hello, Peter. From Hanover, DK3 Zulu Foxtrot, and of course Alfredo in Italy Kilo 1 Charlie Oscar Alpha. Those are the guys so far that have just popped in the note. I'm going to try, I'm only saying try, to bring that lady with a bit of audio, because it was such a nice piece. That's why I thought I'll show you guys it. So give me half a second.
Walked in a room where everybody's saying you won't make it 20 hours playing. Walked in bounds, unexpected places. They got knives in their pockets, saving through the shades of the noise is all I'm saying. Drugs got me so complicated. I've been working my whole heart breaking. One down, another one taken. I used to rule the world and sit right when I say, sit right when I say, masquerades of blood in my world. Believe in me when I say, believe in me when I say I used to rule the world and sit right when I say, masquerades of blood in my world. Believe in me when I say, believe in me when I say.
Okay, there we go. It was successful this time. Shows you what one little click can do. That's what worries me about flying these days. Everything's click, click, click. Just one wrong click and you ain't got audio. Anyway, all good. Yes, so far on the, as I said, on our little channel that we have on WhatsApp, I see Mike came up, Mike Willis. Nice to see you, Mike. But be nicer to see you on frequency. But I no doubt you're at your second QTH and thus not in your normal check. But I say once again, several people have asked whether we could change the time we run the net. It seems that starting 1 hour later would suit most participants better. The only complication is that when the clocks change, we would be back to the current time again. Anyway, whichever way the majority prefers, I will gladly abide by their wishes, which I'll do. I just run the net, so whatever the guys want. I see so far there's many people that have by far chosen an hour later, 1500 UTC. There's 9 people that have voted for it. 3 people for current and 1 for earlier, 12 UTC. So that's where we are. It definitely looks like we'll move an hour later. But what I'll do, I will leave it for next week. We'll go back at the same time as we are now. And then the week after that, if that'll be okay, then we move it an hour later. By then we'll have more votes. I don't think too many will suddenly come up. But as has been mentioned earlier, it'll be nice to see those that vote also come up on the net. As you said there, Ed, I agree totally with that. Right, getting back to the list, that was very, very interesting all over, and especially with the new SDR things. John said he might have to run off, so John, cheers to you in the meantime. And it was nice seeing you again, as usual. And then Bert, yeah, the audio was a bit funny in the beginning, but needless to say, it sort of came right. But always interesting from you with the amount of work you do in homebrew stuff. That's fantastic. Benno, that was interesting on that new little fish bowl thing. Yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult to make an enclosure for it, except, as you rightly say, they haven't got holes in the board. But one can easily epoxy standoff insulators on the board and then screw it in from the bottom. Use a plastic standoff and then just epoxy it, or you can use methyl methacrylate. That's an exceptionally good adhesive. It's even now used in operations on bones and what have you, on the human body. So I've been using methyl methacrylate in some of our things at work for some years now. Must be since about 2008, but it's come a long way, and it's exceptionally good stuff. Really, it bonds on metal beautifully. And Leon, yeah, it's unbelievable what industry charges for a unit like you've just built for 100th of the price. But I think you've done a lot of R&D. I remember when you were trying to get the right frequencies and pass bands and what have you. But now that it's working, yeah, you can certainly recoup some of the time and effort spent on developing that. But it looks robust, and I hope it is. I'm sure it will be, because we don't want to destroy a rocket and then nothing works. Oh golly, that'll be a problem. Yeah, that was part of Leon's job, by the way, when he went to New Zealand with, I think, 3 container loads of satellite equipment. He had to set up a station in New Zealand many years back. And in fact, he got a lovely certificate from Elon Musk himself, thanking him for the work he did in New Zealand, tracking the satellite, then taking that data and then retransmitting it on another satellite into the UK, I think, and from there back to America. But Leon can fill you in more on that. It was a fascinating bit of work Leon did when he was still gainfully employed. Now he's really gainfully employed, because they're really breaking into his so-called retirement time. And Ed, as usual, you have a fantastic intro and good music, good audio. It's always nice watching you come up. And Peter, if you don't mind, would you send me a WhatsApp with the settings you've just done? I'd like to have a look-see. But it's working well, there's no doubt. And I hope my picture is okay. I did a slight modification, not too much. It's really just lighting. But so far it seems to be okay. And I am running DATV Red. So it seems as though it's holding out and the video quality is not too bad. Right. Then John has left. But yeah, that's interesting. Always testing. John, your signal was a bit low, but you went to a low FEC rate. So we copied you perfectly, no problem. And even so, we had a tremendous rainstorm. It stopped now, but it was terrible just now. It was unbelievably darkened. But luckily, touch wood, no lightning. So that's nice. Bill, you said you're not going to come back. And excellent signal, good audio from you, nice introduction as well. So always nice to have you on. And it'll be... thanks, Peter. And Bill, it's always nice having you on, and I'm pleased that you enjoying coming onto the net. And Paul, very good to have you on as usual. And hi to your guests at the back, I think, taking your phone. And we've been joined now by Keith, Golf Uniform 6 Echo Fox Bravo. He's now testing the little SDR, the Libra SDR. So what I'll do, if you don't mind, Bert, I'll ask Keith to come up, because he hasn't had an over, and if he can send it to you, Bert, and Bert, you take it through the list. That'll be wonderful. Right, so Golf Uniform 6 Echo Fox Bravo, if you don't mind taking it, please. And you pass it to Bert, Papa Alpha 3, Alpha Oscar Delta, and he'll carry on down the list from ZA6YI.
ZS6YI. ZS6YI. I've got some audio, GU6EFB. Very good afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world, and Happy New Year to you all. It's a while since I've been on, but I've been watching what everyone's, or watching and listening to what everyone's been saying, and yeah, all very interesting. Using here a Libra SDR, which is working very well, and I'm using Simon's SDR television to drive it. I just put it in place of my Pluto, selected the definitions, and off it goes. A little bit of setting up with audio and things, but I may not have it quite right, but it all seems to be working. Yeah, we seem to have missed all the cold weather. It's currently 7 degrees and sunny outside, so none of the really cold weather like in the UK there. Yeah, I've forgotten the station's call, but he was talking about noise heads, and I've got a Portsdown, and I decided I'd better build a noise head for it. So there's a little noise head, all surface mount, 10 megs to 2.5 gigs, and that all works nicely on a little PCB. So right, I won't hold it any longer. I'll put it round to Bert there. So if you're ready, Bert, round it comes to you from GU6EFB.
Yes. Okay, thanks, Keith. Yeah, Libra here. Oh, I did not know that it also works with SDR television. I never used SDR television. I know it exists, but that's all. Now, already a lot of people told about the Libra here. One command now. I got this one. That's for Paul, AVP. Here's I got the ribs horizontal, and I believe I saw it correctly. Paul has the vertical ribs, so there is a little bit difference between those two. I got this one from Open Source Lab, indeed from AliExpress, but also we can order direct by them. It also asked about the price. Now the price is approximately half of the Pluto, half of the Pluto, so it's much cheaper, and it is real solid aluminium. What's the case? So that's also for the cooling, because it's some components. The FPGA is also connected to the metal, so it's also for the cooling for the components. I use it already for a couple of months now on narrowband. Every day, 9:30 local time, there is a group of Dutch-speaking amateurs out on 700, and I'm using this then already for a couple of months without any problems for the narrowband. And about output power, I've only tested on 70 centimeters, and on 70 centimeters, approximately 12 dB more output than the Pluto. So 12 dB more output on the Pluto. And the spectrum looks fine. If you use it with DATV Easy, I've looked at the spectrum, and it looks fine. So that's all from this side. I will say everybody have a nice week, a nice starting working week. And we see each other then, next time. And about the time, I will look at what time it will suit me best. Probably doesn't matter too much for me. But only for the guys in South America, it's maybe not so nice. Middle at 12 o'clock, their local time. Okay, system goes then to Benno. Everybody, bye bye, 73, see you next time. From Papa Alpha 3 Alpha Oscar Delta.
Okay, let's try it again. The microphone was switched off. Let's see, I should be hearing have decent audio now. Let's see if I get a report on that. Yeah, just to give you an idea of the Dutch weather here on the other side of the Netherlands. It is has some snow. It's even snowing a little bit. No, not right now, but just a minute ago it was a little bit snowy as well. Let's test my audio. Yeah, audio is okay. To give you a little bit more information on this fishbowl, yeah, a warning is in place. There is a lot of my audio is gone, and now I need to turn it up again. I just turned it down. Let's quickly. I know my audio is gone. Let's see if I can quickly up it again, because I know my audio is low now. Let's see. So this is how it should be done. I'm playing around with the other piece, but it's not like the one Gary has with a wire, but it's wireless, and that means the battery dies. So that's the simple problem. So to give you a warning on the fishbowl, like I said, there is a lot of stuff around on AliExpress, and it's all kind of copies of, and so there is a Libre SDR which came out maybe 2 years ago already, and in the meantime I think there are 3 or 4 different Libre SDRs. I won't say everyone is the same, but more or less the same. That same goes for this one. Just to give you an idea, if I go and switch off this one, just slightly off. Where is this? So this is the one I was talking about, and yeah, like I said, just above 100 euros. There is also a one with a different, better CPU, which is not needed at the moment, but yeah, while you are there, you might give the better CPU a chance, because if it's not needed now, you know where we are going, because Everest is only talking about Tezuka at the moment, meaning basically we have to watch Tezuka software, and so this is what Everest is working on F5 OEO is working on. Unfortunately, at the moment he is not paying attention to our needs in the DATV bit, meaning basically it has capabilities for SDR, great capabilities I should add, but it is not capable in running MQTT, so it's not capable in running DATV Red, nor it is capable in using a lot of previous F5 OEO. So at the moment I am running with DATV Easy, but running it from a Pluto version. So as a Pluto version, not as a
as a Pluto Plus, not as a with a certain firmware or version 0201 or 0303, but as a Pluto. And yes, it runs also from SDR TV, but I had some problems there and I stopped playing around with it, but I need to test it again. And yes, it is pretty stable. It has a 0.5 ppm TCXO in there, so yes, I think it can run on to the narrowband, but I should test it and if you wish, we can test it tonight or today, doing a nice QSO on with this setup, because it's connected now to my my amplifier, so I should be able to do a decent transmission soon. The only problem at the moment is my reception on the narrowband is pretty lost due to some problems with the LNB, and as you saw with all the snow on there, I'm not capable in correcting that soon, but I can use obviously also some web SDR for the reception part. So yeah, to show you some other ideas, so this is also one, and it even has a nice case around it. So if you another, and I should slide my picture a little bit down because this is interesting, because it has all kind of GPIO pins here, which might be handy with future experiments. This is another version. It looks very similar, but it's another version. And well, like I said, there is another version as well. Different prices, different spots. The only thing I can add is, look, there's also one where there are actually amplifier chips modified on there, and it will do 100 milliwatts out, because it has, where should I can I show that better? It's very difficult to show that on, but it has also some amplifier chips behind the 9363 chip, so it gives you a double output, or 10 times or 20 dB more or something. I don't know exactly. It works. I would choose not to do that, because if you blow one of these, it's less likely you can repair it. Despite, and you better add some LNAs behind it. So that's much easier, I would say. So that about that. It's there's a lot of yeah, a lot of ground to play, and yes, there is big updates coming, but no, it's not ready. The Tezuka software, Bert said Delta Lima 1 Juliet, Mike was playing with the Tezuka software and put the original F5 OEO in there, and that's not true. He used a different base. It is not running on the Tezuka, but it has the capabilities of the older Pluto firmwares in there, which is also a good idea in the meantime. But I think we have to wait for F5 OEO to put his original Pluto FPGAs in there, original DATV FPGAs, I should say. So yes, there is no modulator, no DVB modulator yet on the Tezuka. So that's about it. Zinc, which the Moonjack. Something I wanted to add. I also have looked into the Moonjack lately, and it's out. It's sold out. But I know it is a good option to create a new BATC version of this with new options, and it's probably piggybacked on a Raspberry, which means it is a great option for standalone DATV transmissions, like the ports down already is. So it's yeah. I think Tezuka runs on, like with SDR TV, it also runs with SDR console. So SDR Tezuka you can run flawlessly on lots of SDR programs. But at the moment they are still looking on the highest bit rate they can run it on to get the biggest output out of there on the network. So that's at the moment where they are looking at. Besides looking of use of the GPIO pins which are on boards. So yeah. Tezuka is running on the SDR TV and also on, like I show you now, on DATV Easy, as it runs like the old RTMP stream directly from OBS. But yeah, the whole conversion that has to be done software and not on the Pluto itself. Not on the fishbowl itself. Okay, that's basically everything I can add to this whole story. The Theremin, yeah, I've played with it years ago, Leon. It's fun. And I actually showed, sent a picture, a video. A video of the of a Theremin to the YouTube channel, to the DATV channel, so people can see how the Theremin is played, and it's a nice tool. What can I add besides that? Nothing else. 73 is all from Papa Alpha 3 Foxtrot Bravo X-Ray. Often clear, and see you all next week. Microphone on to add if you want to try the narrowband. We can do it shortly after the net, or do it somewhere in the evening. From Papa Alpha 3 Foxtrot Bravo X-Ray. 73 is all.
Roger. Just give some space. I'm not sure if Leon would join the second round, but it seems he left. All right. Fantastic. I really, hey Gary, nice to see the little movie with the music. That's another thing. Yeah, it's very fantastic when the the music interacts with the image. It makes completely different and very nice. About the time, yeah. Basically, we need to check because most of the people, it seems to me that most of people voting on 1500 are viewers instead of participants, real participants here on the net. Well, for me, keeping the same time that we are running now is the best. Anyways, yeah, just leave the poll open so people can can give the opinion, but we really need to filter for the people that really transmit, for people that appears on the net, not only for the viewers. Bert, thank you very much. The information you gave it's really encouraging. That's very nice. Benno as well. Great information provided about those versions of the Pluto. Benno, you're completely right. Need to be careful with versions because mainly we had some bad experience here. People buying that. I believe it was the first Pluto clone that was widely sold on the Chinese market, which is the Pluto Plus, the little black box. And there are different versions. Some people here just bought a version that it's terrible. Less power, TCXO terrible. You know, it drifts a lot. Has several problems, and outside it looks like the original Pluto Plus, but actually inside the board has much more components and stuff, and that really doesn't work well. That really doesn't work well. So yeah, we do need to check very carefully about the versions. And I appreciate also Paul, Papa Echo and Alpha Victor Papa for yeah. I remember Paul, you mentioning one of the last QSOs we had here about the power issue that you faced, and you had to implement the modification on the version of the board that you have there. Yeah, very interesting information as well. For John, nice. Thank you for sharing the new board from BATC. I didn't know, never seen that, so I look for it. It's a transmitter but it looks very promising. Thank you for that. Peter, for the parameters with the NVIDIA, that's interesting as well. And Keith, you have a really good transmission using DATV television. We are doing experiments using DATV television on the terrestrial contacts using 1.2 gigahertz. And yeah, it's okay, but not so perfect like yours. All right. Bill, PY2 Golf November already went to lunch. My wife just called me. So I wish you guys again a happy new year, lots of health, and wish to see you next opportunity here on the DATV Net or any others. And Benno, yes, going down to lunch quickly, and should be back, I don't know, about 1 hour. So I will ping you on WhatsApp if you're available. We can make a test on the narrowband for sure. Will be nice. Thank you all. 73. I pass back to Peter. If I'm not sure if Peter gonna be the second round. Anyways, if Peter not there, it's gonna be John, G7JTT. But I'll leave with Peter. Golf Whisk 7 Bravo Zulu Yankee from Papa Yankee 2, Radio November, saying 73. Happy New Year. Bye-bye.
Okay, DW7BZY. Try not to move about too much. I'm on a H.264 now. Well sorted encoder. Even on H.264 produces a pretty good picture, as long as you don't feed it too much moving content. Settings, as I'm using on H.26 on NVEC, HEVC. This is the NVIDIA H.264 encoder. And it's running at, if you're familiar with DATV Red, when you say speed 1 times, is literally running in sync with the outgoing signal. Anything less than that, 9 point something, is not. I mean, it gets significantly slower than you start filling up buffers within the computer, and things start to get a bit weird. But yeah, this is me on H.264. Just thought I'd show that if you're limited to H.264, it doesn't mean you have to have a ropey picture at all. Perhaps some of the settings won't work, but it tends to ignore the ones it doesn't like. What I was going to say, very interesting stuff there, Benno, regarding the Lumpjack and the other people in the various SDR receivers, transmitters, Pluto substitutes, which is always a good thing, isn't it? It's always good that things are moving on. Also, we have options, because if we become dependent on one thing, I think somebody did say that the Pluto is now out of sale, out of stock. Hopefully, maybe they'll do a second Pluto from the same manufacturer, but who knows? But it's good anyway. So I'll have a look at that, especially the one on DATV. That sounds very interesting indeed. The Fulham match is going. What is the score now? Oh, no. Oh yes, Liverpool. Fulham have just scored. Way. We beat Liverpool last year when they were league champions. So that's exciting, isn't it? That's my Sunday improved at no end. Hopefully, but it's a long time to go yet, and no doubt we'll lose towards the end. But anyway, should we win, I should be very happy. So there we are, all good. Well, with that, I'll leave that. Is there anything else I want to comment on? The fishbowl, Fairman's cool. Not really. Nothing I can remember. I write it down, otherwise I would have forgotten about it. I haven't brushed my hair today. That's what I noticed on screen. And what gives it the sharpness is the quantization setting. That's set to 12. That allocates more bits to edges. Obviously, is robbing Peter to pay Paul, and you've got a limited amount of. And we do have a limited amount of bits in we've got 333. But if you want sharper edges, then that is the way to go. I mean, I haven't seen Mike from Spain on for a good long time, and I'm sure his little hardware encoder. I remember mine had a quantization setting, which I didn't understand at the time what that was about. But I would now, and that's what gives you the sharper detail. But of course, it's robbing Peter to pay Paul, and it has a negative effect somewhere else, but perhaps not as obvious. With that, I'll hand it round. Say good evening, good afternoon to everybody, maybe good morning. I'm going to go with the 3 o'clock, and I understand Benno's point of view. I mean, it would be ideal if the scores was if you're a regular user, you'd get 2 points like a football match, and irregular users or watchers would get 1 point. So that obviously you don't want the people that come on regularly not to be able to come on, otherwise there won't be anybody on. So I think that might be an interesting way to have a look at. Maybe various scores for different people. How you'd work that, I don't know. That's for clever people. You'd have to sign in, I suppose, and that would be awkward. From GW7BZY, who to, and hello John there. I wasn't expecting you. I haven't got you on my list, so it's good to see you. PY2GN, I think it is. Paul, Bill, over to Bill. Let's see if we can get me on vMix. I mean, if you work vMix, you never have a problem with audio or anything. That's just a fact. It's a better program. And of course, you can adjust your colour and your other parameters of your picture without any effort. And you can see your picture, obviously. You can see it, I don't mean you can see it with the monitor, but the monitor's always light, and that's just how it is. Everybody's picture looks different on their screen and that against anyone else's, but the monitor doesn't lie, the waveform monitor. So if you're going the right direction. With that, say good afternoon to everybody, and catch you all next Sunday, probably not next Sunday because I'm working. So I always have to work on a Sunday. So there we are, unfortunately.
I think, Paul, John said he would be going to get his wife, I think it is, and Bill said he had to QSY as well. That was his final over. So, Paul, will you kindly take it? You pass it to Keith. Nice seeing you, Keith. I think that's the way it'll work. Leon hasn't had a turn, but he might have a guest. He did say he might have a guest. So, Papa Echo 1 Alpha Victor Papa, ZA6YI.
Okay, that's audio again. Okay, that's audio again. That's interesting. Okay, that's audio again. I have to turn the audio down in the shack because there was a bit of background noise. What you also can see that it becomes dark outside, so I have less light into my face. If I use another camera, perhaps I can give it a try, then you see it into my face. But the problem is that now it's not possible to read my screen where I make notes. Okay. Back to the other camera. Yeah, I'm back again. Yeah, first of all, Gary, it was really nice seeing your video together with the music. That was really good, and I'm happy that there is no lightning storm during the rainstorm, because we all remember the problem, of course. Keith, hello Keith. Yeah, I've also seen you many times, especially on Thursday evenings, but it's the first time that we meet in the net, at least to my memory. Yeah, it's also nice seeing that you are using the Libre SDR together with Simon's software. Actually, that's what I'm using the Zinc SDR for, which is just a version of the Libre SDR. And yeah, I tested several software revisions from Simon to the Libre SDR, and actually it works perfect, and that's what you're showing. Yeah, due to the fact that I did not connect it to the power amplifier, I did not test it really on the satellite. Become clear different versions of the Libre SDR. You seem to have a real one, and mine is a Chinese clone. Benno, I did perceive some interruptions in your video and also in your audio. I do not know what caused it, but that's what again I saw. Indeed, your warning on the many versions that are available in China, both for the Libre SDR, the Pluto, and the Fishbowl SDR, you're completely right. And the preference for the Xilinx processor 7020, that's also right to my opinion, especially if you intend also to test with Simon's software. It has more power available to show the band monitor in Simon's software. Okay, yeah, Peter, I watched your transmission again in H264. It was perfect. Again, it's razor sharp. I could see even single hairs on your head. That's wonderful. And What I also observed, your transmission was continuous from the beginning to the end, where in the previous transmission I sometimes observed some blocks, square blocks in the picture, some artifacts, and that did not occur this time. Well, you always have to be careful, of course, whether it's related to the receiving or reception situation, or that it is really related to the coding at your side. I do not know. Perhaps I have to look back on YouTube. Yeah, you also mentioned filling buffers. That's also interesting. I'm in contact also with a Austrian station, Oscar Echo 8 Sierra Charlie Quebec. And he made a wonderful video with fast movement in the picture, and it is filling up the buffers completely, and then yeah, we all know what happens. It means that the encoding stops. And his question was how to overcome that, which is not easy at all, to my opinion, when you're using HEVC. So I don't have a solution to that yet. So if anyone knows a solution to that, please inform us. Okay, yeah, that's it. It was a wonderful net. Thanks a lot for that. Hopefully until next week. And I hand over to Keith again then, as proposed by Gary. Keith, please, camera and microphone to you from Papa Echo number 1 Alpha Victor Papa.
Yep. Yep. Thank you there, Paul. All very interesting. I must sort out my video quality. But here, just for anyone who's watching and interested, I'm just currently using a Logitech C920 camera, feeding into OBS. OBS is then connected, feeding the audio and video into Simon's SDR television, and we're using a Libra SDR, which I got off the web link from Simon's website, so hopefully I've got a genuine Libra, and it works exceptionally well. This is connected via USB at the moment, not via network. It works exceptionally well. And I'm also receiving using the Libra SDR, so I've got no other hardware for watching today's net other than my PC and a Libra SDR, and the obviously the LMB and dish and the small PA. So we're probably only running about 30 watts at the moment, so nothing too powerful there, and a 1.2 meter prime focus dish. So that is the setup here, and I'm very impressed with it. And I know Simon is going to be releasing a new version within the next month, which has got improved receive capabilities, so it'll take it closer to using a hardware solution like a mini tuner or Pico tuner. So interested in trying that when it's all released. Very happy with it, and trying to get a solution that will work without too many other add-on bits and pieces, and I think I've found it. Also, the Libra SDR works very well with DATV Easy, so just no other stuff in the way, just DATV Easy. Driving the Libra SDR, that works as well. And the Libra SDR is just running the Tezuka software off of Everest's website, so I've done nothing clever with the Libra SDR whatsoever at all. Lots of variants out there, as people say, some better than others, so buyer beware. So please do your homework before you purchase anything. Plutos, I believe, are in short supply at the moment, but I think new deliveries are expected very shortly into kind of Mauser, DigiKey and all the normal places, so they should be available very soon if you want to go down the standard Pluto route. We've got a couple of Plutos, we've got a Lime SDR, and we've now got the Libra SDR, so we're not short of a few devices there. As always, Gary, thanks for hosting the net. Even if I don't come on, I usually watch it live if I get the chance, but I'll try and make an effort to get on a little bit more regularly. So back to you there, Gary. ZS6YI GU6EFB. Back to you, Gary.
Okay, 100% there, Keith. It's very good seeing you today. Actually, your video quality is quite good, eh? GU6EFB ZS6YI. I was quite impressed with it, actually. So it's working well. Perhaps just a bit of lighting. And excuse the frog in the throat now. I had the air conditioner on from time to time to keep the shack cool. But it's back to 28.95 degrees. I call it 29 degrees C in the shack. It's a bit hot, even though we had rain. So with that, I don't know if Leon's going to want to take an end over, but I'm going to close the net at this point. Hello to Hartmut. He's also on frequency, not transmitting at the moment. DL8 Yankee Bravo Quebec, I think it is, or is it Oscar? I'm not sure. But that's Hartmut, and I've given you my phone number, my cell number, which you could use to get onto WhatsApp, and then I can load you onto the WhatsApp group with the greatest of pleasure. I did did mention the WhatsApp group on our list. By the way, we've had 100 viewers today. It's the first time in a long time that we've had up to 100, of which 18 were concurrent, so it's very good indeed. With that, I'm going to wish everybody a very happy week ahead, happy new year, and may it be a healthy and, of course, a very prosperous new year. And we'll see you next Sunday, still at the normal time, 1400 UTC, until we've now solved the problem as to where we're going to go, maybe just an hour later. Righto, with that, I'm going to throw the ball in the air, close the net, and wish everybody a lovely week. 7-3 all.
Okay, I'm back. Gee whiz, this was a long net.
Okay,
I'm back. Kill the audio. Yes, I've turned something down on the lathe for a guy. I've soldered some XT60 connectors for him with heat shrink and everything. Yeah. Anyway, he's gone now. He's a deaf guy, but he flies model aeroplanes very well. He's a crack pilot. He's a Springbok pilot, actually. Anyway, very nice guy. Okay, Ed, you missed the FTS receiver. You didn't understand. When they launched, not my little rockets, when we launched big rockets, and stuff going to deep space, a big rocket like that, when you launch it and something goes wrong and you say, oh, it's moving towards Cape Town or to Bredasdorp or to my house or whatever, you have to be able to destruct it. And that little gadget that I built, that box, is what you use to destruct it. They have a 1 kilowatt transmitter standing on the ground, a few kilometers from the launch pad, aimed at this thing. So power is not a problem. Although the receiver is very nice because it's got excellent sensitivity. And it's a very special code they send on different tones and stuff. and it's also very safe. It checks for validity of the signal, of the actual data, 256 times before it will say, okay, they want to destruct me. And then it will put out the command, and there I've got a nice power FET, and that will fire whatever they have, a big squib or something with some explosives or whatever. The Germans like to, on their equipment, on their cruise missiles and stuff, they have a guillotine which chops off all the flight control wires, so they don't blow up the thing. It'll just stop flying. It'll just start tumbling and fall out the sky. But with a big rocket, you have to physically break it up. So that's what that little thing is. And of course, you know, if you buy a commercial one, it's heavily certified and this and that and that. And as I say, the cheapest one you can buy commercially, we found now, is 13,000 euros, not dollars, euros. Okay, right, the theremin. This is the second one I'm building now. The first one I built for my sister's daughter-in-law. I've got a little video here. I asked her to make me a video where she's actually playing this thing. She's a cellist. She plays the cello. She's very high up in classical music and stuff. But she wanted a theremin. So here's a little video. I hope this thing will now work. Somewhere over the rainbow. Just a short video that she made for me. So now I'm using a different circuit now. It'll be the same physical effects, and it's exactly the same antennas that I built out of aluminium tubing and stuff. The horizontal one, like a hairpin, is the volume. The closer you get to it, the softer it goes, until if you're very close, there's no audio coming out. So that's your modulation. And your right hand with the vertical antenna, you change the pitch. So yeah, that's it. All very interesting. Gee, with so many of the SDRs now. Moonchuck, that one. Keith, yeah, nice seeing you on this net as well. Very, very nice. And yeah, Paul was not referring to a noise source, but to a power head for his power meter, not his noise figure meter. Okay, I don't know if anybody said it. I had to turn it down because this guy is deaf, and when he speaks I can understand him, but I have to listen carefully. So sorry, I had the audio down for most of the last overs. So whoever wants to take it, this is ZS1 Mike, still listening.
Okay, I still got you on YouTube. So that was very interesting over. And by the way, Mrs. Taron plays very well. She's done it well. It was clear. I could see it quite clearly. If you want to, you can send it to me on WhatsApp, and then I'll next week I'll play it back for you, and then on the screen. But it was very good. Mind you, you have to change the camera. I suppose I can turn it around. But anyway, thank you, Leon. And I see there's another guy, Timu, Sierra Mike 6 Papa Quebec Lima. Hello, Timu. He also wants to come up. And then Hartmut also wants to come up on our net, our little report in, so it'll be good. I say, righto, with that, 7-3 all round, we'll be seeing you guys on ZA6YI now, QRT. Cheers.